Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino listener by me. So let's get into it. Your hand presses tightly against your side, where a fresh wound bleeds through your clothes, and each step feels heavier than the last. The pain was sharp, but the urgency driving you forward was sharper still. You're not sure how long you've been walking, but the familiar silhouette of the house comes into view, looming ahead like a beacon in the shadows. The guards at the entrance don't even look your way as you slip past them and notice in your disheveled state, and all you can think of is her. By the time you reach Arlecchino's quarters, your vision is blurring, the edges of the world growing hazy. The door is slightly ajar, a rare sign that she is inside, waiting, possibly working late into the night, as she often does. And you raise your trembling hand and push the door open with a soft creak. She's there, sitting at her desk, her sharp eyes focused on the documents before her. The glow of a single candle illuminates her pale features, casting long shadows across her face. Her expression's cold until her gaze shifts and she sees you standing there, bloodied and broken. Wyan. Her voice is low, a whisper, and she stands abruptly, crossing the room in two long strides. Her hands are on you in an instant, steadying your swaying form. What happened? You try to smile, to brush it off, but the pain is so much. Ran into some trouble. Nothing I couldn't handle. Her jaw tightens, and you can see the worry flash behind her eyes, even though she tries to keep her usual mask of indifference. Arlecchino rarely lets anyone see her emotions, but with you it's different. You've seen the side of her that's softer, the side that she often hides from everyone else. Sit down, she orders, her voice firm, commanding, and she guides you to a nearby chair. Her grip on your arm is surprisingly gentle. As soon as you're seated, she kneels in front of you, her gloved hand hovering over your wound. I'll be fine, really. Arlecchino frowns, clearly unimpressed by your attempted reassurance. Fine? You're bleeding all over the floor. I'm not sure how this sounds fine to you. Her tone is sharp, but you can tell how worried she is. Her hands move swiftly, removing the glove from her right hand before pressing her bare fingers gently to her side. Her touch is a bit cold and somehow comforting, grounding you amidst the pain. For a moment, neither of you speak. The silence is heavy, broken only by the sound of your breathing and the distant ticking of the clock on the wall. Her focus is entirely on you, her brows furrowed as she assesses the wound, and you can see the tension in her shoulders. I told you to be careful. Why couldn't you listen to me? Arlecchino, I really didn't have a choice. And I couldn't ask you to help me this time. I didn't want to worry you. And I thought I could do it. Really. She huffs, an almost frustrated sound. You're impossible. There's no real anger in her words, only a deep unspoken fear. And she rises to her feet, her movements brisk and efficient, as she grabs a cloth and some medical supplies from a drawer. Stay still. This will hurt. You nod, bracing yourself. Her touch is precise, firm, but never too rough. The pain flares, but you bite your lip, refusing to make a sound, and she works quickly, her expression unreadable, though you can feel the tension in her every movement. When she's done, she carefully wraps a bandage around your torso, her fingers brushing lightly against your skin. And you're used to seeing her cold and calculating look, but right now, in this intimate space, you can see the cracks in her armor, the vulnerability she so rarely shows. When she's finished, she takes a step back, her hands lingering on your shoulders. You scared me. Lion, you can't be reckless like that again. I will not allow it. Your heart clenches at her words, at the raw honesty and vulnerability in her tone. I'm sorry, Arlecchino. You whisper, reaching up to take her hand in yours. I didn't mean to. Arlecchino's grip tightens around your fingers, her cool touch grounding you in a way that nothing else could. And she lets out a soft sigh, shaking her head. I don't care what you think you can handle. Next time, you come to me immediately. Do you understand? There's no room for argument in her voice, but you nod anyway, grateful for her concern. I promise. And she sighs, pressing your forehead gently against yours. Don't ever scare me like that again. And you close your eyes, savoring the closeness. I won't. Don't worry about me. And for a long time, the two of you stay like that, wrapped in the quiet comfort of the other's presence. But eventually, she pulls away, though her hand remains in yours, her fingers intertwining with yours. Rest, she says quietly, helping you to your feet and guiding you toward the bed. I'll stay with you. And as you lie down, she sits at the edge of the bed, her hand never leaving your own. And for the first time in that night, you feel truly safe.